Hey everybody, this is Joby, and today I just wanted to show you guys some tips on how to improve your DPS. The easiest way is with rotation. Okay, and I'm gonna, I'm on my Sorcerer right now, and this is my character that I'm the most familiar with, and just want to give you guys some tips. The first thing you want to do is you want to lay down your area of effect damages. You buff up, and then after you buff up, you're going to lay down your area of effect. You want the longest effects first, and then you start going through all your other effects that have the less time than that. And so what I would do is, I'm running my Volatile Familiar, so what I would do is first I'd hit my shield and I'd buff up, and then I'll lay down this one. That's about 12 seconds, and then the staff, change over, Diedrich, activate him. I got a free one, a free crystal frags, and then I just start hitting them with crushing shock, and I'm also doing the light attack. Now I change back over again, do it again. I'm trying to talk and I'm kind of messing it up at the same time, so there we go. Now I've got my ultimate. Lay that down and hit a potion. So it's basically like that. That's going to be your basic method. I'm not going to kill him. He's like 6 million, so it would take like quite some time. Okay, my familiar's still hitting him. I'm going to come over here. Okay, so my familiar is still going to hit him, so it's not going to let me know how much is the DPS. But basically, like in my skills here, you can see what I'm running is, what I'll do first is the Hardened Ward, and then I do Critical Surge. Okay, and then after Critical Surge, I just go ahead and lay down Liquid Lightning, which is 14 seconds, and then I do Blockade of Storms, which is also 14 seconds. So then when I shift and I put on Diedrich Prey, this makes my Volatile Familiar do 50% more damage, and then it will explode. Okay, and then from there I wait. If I have a free Crystal Fragment, because this says casting any other Magicka ability has a 35% chance of causing your next Crystal Fragment to be instant. Okay, and then Crushing Shock. Now, one thing about Crushing Shock that's really important, well, any of your spammables, is, you see, if I do, see those, like 8,000 just for one light attack, okay? So if I'm doing 8,000, 8,000, like that, but then I add this in, I hit this first and then Crushing Shock, see, and then I'm just doing it. And it also kind of cancels the animation. You can see it's just like instant. They hit at the same time. And it's doing a lot of damage just for that. A lot of times when I go into dungeons, I'll do some heavy attacks to restore Magicka. When I go into a dungeon, I'll just do this. I'll come up, first thing I see him, a light attack, and then Crushing Shock. And that does quite a bit of damage, especially when you crit. Okay, so let's go through it again. So I'll start over. I'll hit Hardened Ward, Crit Surge, lay down the Liquid Lightning and then Blockade of Storms, change over, Diedrich Prey, free one, then Crushing Shock, and then I'll activate the Familiar. My ultimate's up, so I'll hit that and hit a potion. Okay? Now while it's doing that, free one, Diedrich Prey again because it already exploded, and then do it, and then start over again. So Hardened Ward, Critical Surge, Liquid Lightning, and I'm out of Magicka, so I have to, I wasn't watching. But heavy attacks do lots of damage too, you know, so you can do this and then add in a crystal, a Crushing Shock. And then when my Magicka's back up, I'll just change over and start over again. Now, one thing that's misleading about the dummy is that it doesn't, like a lot of times, it's just by the second. You might still be putting out more damage than the dummy records, but because you paused, it's only going to divide that by the time. So it's quite misleading. Now, one thing, if you're trying to get a really high DPS, you want to you know, give it to some people to show for a record. You are allowed to take off Hardened Ward and put on Ellie Drain. So you can take off your Hardened Ward, and you can go down here to Elemental Drain, right here. You can't swap these while you're in combat. Okay, so I swapped out my Elemental Drain, which does send the elements to sap an enemy's defenses. You afflict them with Major Breach for 20 seconds, and you reduce their spell resistance by 5,280. It also applies Minor Magic Steel. It's huge. It costs nothing. So, like for trial guilds, you want to show them your DPS, you're allowed to put on Elemental Drain instead of Hardened Ward, because the dummy doesn't attack you back, and also if you're in a trial or you're in a dungeon, the healer is more than likely going to have Elemental Drain, so they consider that to be fair. So what we do, go here, Ellie Drain, Crit Surge, and then just lay it down. Same thing. And I should be getting better stats because I've got the Ellie Drain. Change back, do it one more time, apply it, here we go. Down, here. I get a free one. Every time the crystal lights up, you get a free one. Reapply. The Crit Surge is also a heal. Hit a pot. So it's basically like that. You just go from your highest, your longest duration effects to your smallest. So for me, with the dummy, it would be Crit Surge, Ellie Drain, the Liquid Lightning or Lightning Splash, Blockade of Storms, the Daedric Prey, activate the Volatile Familiar, get my free Crystal Frags, and got another free one. Those do crazy damage. That was like 39,000 just for that one. And, you know, the stats on this are not going to be that good because it's taken me a long time to kill them. So, but anyway, so if we look here one more time, you're going to do Ellie Drain, which would be Hardened Ward if you're out in the wild, and then Crit Surge, and then I'm going to go over to Liquid Lightning, 14 seconds, and then Blockade of Storm, 14 seconds, change bars, and I'm going to put the Daedric Prey on them, which explodes after 6 seconds. And then if I get a free crystal, fragments, I'll hit it, but do not hit it if you don't, and I'll show you why in a second. And then just spam Crushing Shock, change bars, rinse, and repeat. This is why. If you don't have any, watch what happens. Look how long that takes. And sometimes you'll just do it accidentally anyway. At least I do. I know that's happens to me quite a bit. But the animation takes a long time, and I can't really do animation canceling anyway because of the lag, because of my ping is really high. But I've heard people say you can't cancel it anyway. Well, that's about it for today. With your rotation, you want to make sure you first put down your damage over time effects or area of effects, and then go to your less and less time. You really need to change bars though. I know lots of people, they don't ever change bars. Unless you're running a 1-bar build, if that's what you want to do, just look it up online. Hack the Minotaur has lots of 1-bar builds, and then just stay on the 1-bar. But for most of your builds that are going to do a lot of DPS, you have to change bars. If there's one thing you got to learn how to do, it's going to be light attack, and then the skill. Light attack, the skill, light attack, the skill, like that. You can see the numbers are pretty good. Just even that is going to make your DPS be so much higher. Well, that's about it for today. I just wanted to do a little quick course on something for people to think about. You have to work it for yourself because going through every single type of build is just not possible. So give me a like and a subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and then comment in the comment section if there's anything you'd like to see, because I'll be glad to make a video about it. And just like I made a video for Targeted Truth Finder about the armor, and a lot of people seem to like that, so just let me know. I'll do some basic stuff. Hit me up on Xbox One North American server. My name is Chaotey, C-H-A-O-T-E-Y. Add me as a friend. I'll add you back. Let's go run around. And until that time, let's get paid.